A young girl is walking on a hillside when she suddenly falls and tumbles down. When she gets up, she sees something terrifying. Dead bodies everywhere in every direction. But these aren't normal dead bodies. They are infected zombies, frozen stiff because of a deadly virus that turned them this way. She starts to panic. Then, the ice around the frozen bodies begins to melt. Slowly, the infected buried under the snow start waking up. One by one, they break out of the frozen ground and start running toward her at full speed. The girl is terrified. She starts running as fast as she can to save her life. Behind her, huge numbers of infected are chasing her like a violent storm. She runs with everything she has because she knows that if they catch her, they will kill her before she can even try to fight back. Luckily, she sees a protective wall up ahead. She thinks that if she can climb over it, she can at least get away from the infected for a little while. But right at the worst moment, one of the infected grabs her leg. She reacts fast, kicks it off her leg, and climbs over the wall. Once she's on the other side, she looks around for someone to help her. But she quickly realizes the place is empty. Nobody is there at all. With no other choice, she keeps moving forward. But then she has to squeeze through a section of barbed wire fencing. At that exact moment, a huge number of infected rush toward her. They crash into the fence and flatten it completely with their weight. Because of this, the girl can't run anymore. She has to crawl on the ground instead. The infected are wild and out of control. She's stuck in a tight space, struggling to crawl forward. To make things worse, the flattened fence has turned into a giant net, trapping her movements, and the infected are getting closer and closer behind her. After a hard struggle, she finally manages to crawl out of the fence, but the infected are still right behind her, chasing her closely. Just when she's completely worn out and has no energy left, a man named Joel shows up just in time. He tells the girl to run back inside the building. Meanwhile, he turns around and fires 2 quick gunshots. Then both of them rush inside and slam the heavy iron door shut behind them. Inside the building, there's another girl named Dina waiting. She sees that the iron door is about to be broken down by the infected outside. All 3 of them realize they have to escape immediately. There's no time to waste. The girl tells Joel and Dina that there's a small cabin up on the mountain where she lives. Her younger brother is there, and there are also several weapons stored in the cabin. She says if they can make it there, they'll actually have a real chance to survive. Since there's no better option, Joel picks up the girl, and the 3 of them leave right away without wasting any more time. By this point, the infected have become even crazier and more frenzied than before. Even though the group is riding on horseback as fast as they possibly can, tens of thousands of infected keep chasing after them without stopping. At the same time, something else happens. A massive number of infected suddenly appear from a different mountain nearby. They come charging downhill like a giant wave crashing down. Strangely, both groups of infected, the ones chasing Joel's group and the new ones from the other mountain, suddenly stop chasing them. Instead, they all turn and run off in a completely different direction. It turns out the reason is this. Not far from there is another mountain standing nearby, and something on that mountain has caught their attention instead. The mountain was home to tens of thousands of human survivors, living together in a safe settlement. An old man was working as a lookout, watching the area far away through a pair of binoculars. He quickly noticed a huge group of infected heading straight toward the settlement. Without wasting even 1 second, he told the people below to ring the alarm bell to warn everyone. Connie, the commander in charge of protecting the safe zone, jumped into action right away. He gave orders to clear the streets and told all the elderly people, women and children to go into the underground shelters that had already been prepared for emergencies like this. At the same time, every adult who was strong enough to fight picked up a weapon and got ready for battle. As tens of thousands of infected came rushing toward the settlement, Connie knew there was no way to avoid this fight. It was going to happen no matter what. When the infected finally reached the bottom of the wall, the defenders dropped down barrels of oil that they had already prepared ahead of time. Connie then gave the order to set the oil on fire. Flames spread quickly below the walls, and everyone took cover to stay safe. Even though the fire and explosions killed a large number of infected, it still wasn't enough to stop the endless wave of attackers. The infected kept charging forward like fearless soldiers, not caring at all about their own lives. Right when the battle was at its most intense point, the entire horde suddenly changed direction and rushed toward a different section of the wall instead. The moment Connie saw this happen, he knew something was seriously wrong. He rushed to the front lines to check it out, and that's when he discovered a giant monster standing tall above all the infected. At that moment, Connie realized they weren't going to be able to hold the line and keep the infected out. Sure enough, just a second later, the huge wooden barricade they had built started to fall apart under the monster's attack. Connie ran back into the settlement and told the defenders at the second line of defense to get ready because incoming danger was on its way. Then he rushed over to his teammates, put on a flamethrower, and prepared himself for the final battle. Within moments, massive waves of infected surrounded the area from all sides, and an all-out battle was about to begin.